MTG Scoundrels. It's in the cardboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, scoundrels of all ages, I record these at too late of an hour. Thank you all for tuning in, and welcome back to Modern Weekly. Today on the docket we have Mardu Energy and Izzet Wizards, which have made a comeback. We're starting off with taking 3 off the backside of a Sink into Stupor into a Preordain, scrying 2, drawing 1. Looks like 1 top, 1 bottom. How most good relationships go. Kraken and Arid Mesa. That'll bring us to 17 all. Finding a Sacred Foundry. Straight into a Ragavan Nimble Pilferer, as I butcher saying that for some reason. There's a polluted Delta. Pretty key for the Izzet Wizard deck to actually hit their land drop. So you see Lorien Revealed being island cycled here. Finding a Steam Vents. In a lot of ways, probably just trying to make sure Ragavan doesn't hit the land off the top. While still being able to hold up some interaction. Still thinking about it. Ragavan getting in. That'll bring us to 17 to 15. I'll hit a counter spell. The treasure's going to be made. Of course, when the Ragavan deals damage, you exile the top card of the opponent's library. There's the Guide of Souls. Whew. Followed by an Ocelot Pride, which is going to gain some life here. More than likely, there's a Steam Vents being fetched. Bringing us to 17 to 12. Being that card was exiled off Ragavan, the Mardu Energy player, of course, could play it. Ooh, there is a Lightning Bolt in response to kill the Guide before a life is gained. Ooh, treasure being cracked. Double Ocelot Pride. There's the Steam Vents. 17 to 10. Here's a Dragon's Rage Channeler. Looks like deciding if hitting the other dual land is correct here. Both players confirming life totals. So as you say, 60% of the time, you're right every time. Looks like we have another Lightning Bolt coming down here. Gonna kill the Ragavan. Denying the card advantages as well as extra lands is a key thing. Attacking in with both Ocelot Prides here. Domain is not online yet. There's another mountain. Whew, there's a Seasoned Pyromancer. That's huge. Discarding 2. Making 2 dudes. On end step, the cats will trigger and make cats. Nice Meowth tokens there. And then making more, and then making more Seasoned Pyromancer tokens. And that is the strength of these energy lists. Now that they've added Seasoned Pyromancer to the list, it interacts very well with these Ocelot Prides. There's a Murktide Regent. I think that's going to be a little too late here. Enough stuff being able to attack around these guys. Passing the turn. Untapping. Surveil land. Looks like a raucous theater there. And I'm going to attack in with everything. Any interaction in hand? There's an Unholy Heat. That can kill an Ocelot Pride. Surveil, put a land in the bin. That's going to do it. Game 1 going to Mardu Energy. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. We are on the march to 500 subscribers, as well as 1,000. We appreciate all of you who we've met in person, who we've met online, through our social channels. Thanks for watching us. In terms of sideboard decisions here, I don't actually think you bring in a lot if you're the Mardu Energy player. Looking at the board generally, maybe you bring in a Thoughtseize, maybe you bring in another Dream of Steel and Oil. But I think you really just bring those in on the play. I think you'd keep those in on the or keep those out on the draw. Vindicate, would not be surprised if it's brought in here to deal with an early Murktide. Maybe a Showdown of a Scalds or Wear Tear as other options to possibly deal with the Corey Steelcutters that are in this Izzet Wizards list. And speaking of the Izzet Wizards list, probably just bringing in more interaction. In this case, bringing in Pyroclasms. Pyroclasm is in a wonderful spot right now as a sideboard piece in the format. Moving on to our ads, definitely check out our friends over at Arcane Artistry. They make wonderful food, clue, and treasure tokens in the stained glass style and have more tokens on the way. They have been featured on EDH Hijinks as well as the Spike Feeders. So definitely check them out. Etsy link is in the description below. And definitely check out host of our channel, Warden Games, a wonderful place to storm out. Definitely check the description for their store link, and they are working on moving to a new site in support of the TCG Players Union to start selling cards out of. It's definitely go to their website, put your ear to the ground, check out their Discord. Wonderful people over there. And of course, check out our artist and friend, Sean Gerard. Wonderful artist, does art for this channel, has done art for other creators as well. Open to new projects, whether it's for a gift for a friend or for your own business. Definitely give them a look. And last but not least, before I melt under this heat here in the beginning of summer, definitely check out our socials. We are at MTG Scoundrels on Blue Sky, Twitter, and on Facebook. Definitely give us a follow there. Let us know what you think about decks. Leave comments in the description below, or excuse me, in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button to know when new videos go up. Generally, we try to put them up on Sundays. But sometimes things get a little different, and sometimes we put up an extra shorter video during the week, and you definitely want to check those out. So thank you very much for tuning in to us. Alright, we are moving into game number 2 here. Looks like Izzet Wizards going down to 6. Starting off with a Misty Rainforest, it looks like. Apologies about the glare there. But we do like to keep our battlefield well lit. We got a Godless Shrine, taking Mardu Energy down to 18. And starting off with a Thoughtseize, that'll bring us to 16 here. Decent hand. I see a Quarry Steel Cutter, Preordain, and a Lightning Bolt. We're going to see that Quarry Steel Cutter hit the bin. Quarry Steel Cutter, of course, one of the most impactful cards to come out of Tarkir Dragonstorm. End step, Misty Rainforest is going to get cracked. Near this Izzet Wizards list, you're definitely finding the Blue-Red Surveil land. The Thundering Falls, if you will. Surveilling. Keeping it on top, untapping and drawing. There's an island. There's a Preordain. Scry 2, draw 1. Ooh, keep them both top. Drawing a card. There's a Tamiyo, Inquisitive Student, followed by a Mishra's Bauble. Passing the turn. Setting up for a 3-card draw on the following turn to try to flip this Tamiyo. There's an Ocelot Pride. Taking 2 off the Blood Crypt for another Thoughtseize. And taking 2 more after that. So 12 to 19, the Bolt's going to get taken. End step, Bauble's going to look at the top card. Thank you so much, Chang. Appreciate that. A Galvanic Discharge on top of the library over there. Drawing for turn and drawing for Bauble. Playing the land for turn. Here's a Preordain. That's going to be the 3rd draw. And that's going to flip the Tamiyo after the Preordain resolves. There it is. And here's one of the best Planeswalkers to have been printed. Modern Horizons 3 can lay claim to a few of those. 2 of them tend to be in this matchup. Here's a Preordain. But that Tamiyo is going to slow down that Ocelot Pride. It's probably going to uptick. I mean, that Ocelot Pride's only a 1/1. No damage is going to get dealt, so that means I have to find a way to gain life a different way. Didn't wait. Oh, okay, didn't uptick that Tamiyo. There's a Surveil land. Putting a Flage in the bin. There is a Dreams of Steel and Oil. Ooh, taken 2. There's a surgical extraction to deal with these Flages. Not a bad card to bring in this matchup, because Flage really does turn the tide against the Izzet Wizards deck. I mean, really, against almost any deck in the format. And thanks to that surgical, we'll see what's in the hand of the Mardu Energy player. 2 Graveyard Trespassers and a Galvanic Discharge that we saw on the top of the deck from the Mishra's Bauble earlier. Alright, Dreams of Steel and Oil. It's going to exile the Quarry Steel Cutter. That is a Sink into Stupor in the hand for the Izzet Wizards player. Cracking a Steam Vents on the end step. Finding another Thundering Fall. Surveil incoming. Keeping it on top, untapping. Didn't see that Tamiyo didn't initially get... Oh, no, excuse me. The Tamiyo went to 4 immediately. That's my bad. I missed that. It starts at 2. There's a Dragon's Rage Channeler. There is a Galvanic Discharge dealing with the Dragon's Rage Channeler. The Tamiyo's at 6. That Ocelot of Pride is essentially useless. But boy howdy, is there in fact 2 Graveyard Trespassers in hand, with one of the worst mechanics of all time. Apologies to those who are a fan of the day-night cycle. Ward discard a card was a menace and pioneer for a long time. So there's a creature to hit here. So 1 life will be gained, 1 life will be lost. We'll be at 13-15. And that is going to trigger the Ocelot Pride. Tamiyo will uptick to 8. Lightning Bolt, discarding a Sink into Stupor to deal with the Graveyard Trespasser. And passing the turn. Well, might as well slam another Graveyard Trespasser. Probably takes the artifact here. Yep. Trying to make DRC worse. No life is going to be gained, however. It was not a creature. Passing from there. Minusing the Tamiyo. The wonderful situation where you get to count half your deck and then draw it. Quite the powerful effect considering how well Tamiyo manages to defend itself in this format. So I'm assuming drawing 23 cards here, based on math. There's a Quarry Steelcutter. There's a Lightning Bolt that's going to deal with the Graveyard Trespasser. Of course, discarding a card for the ward cost, as we did earlier. There's a Monk token. The Quarry Steelcutter will attach itself to it, thanks to the second spell being cast. Honestly, it's wild how good Quarry Steelcutter is. The Monk's gonna attack in for 2 here. A lot of second spells matter cards. Haven't worked in formats outside of Standard. The Raucous Theater coming in, looking at the top card, surveilling. So we are at 11-15. As the Mardu Energy player deciding not to block. Interesting decision point here. There's an ajani in hand, it looks like. I even saw a Seasoned Pyromancer in there as well. Oh, the second Seasoned Pyro is going to hit the bin. Attacking in. One at the tamiyo. There's the lightning bolt. That's going to deal with the one attacking the tamiyo. The Ocelot Pride is attacking in, attacking the Izzet Wizards player. So one life's going to be gained here. It'll be 12 to 14. Johnny's going to land, making another cat. A 2-1 this time, represented by that Persian, and a 1-1 represented by that Meowth for the Ocelot Pride. 8 permanents on the battlefield. So can't take full advantage of that here. Steam Vents currently at 12 to 12. And there is a mountain being tapped, maybe? And lots of options here. With that many cards in hand, it's kind of hard not to be in a good position. Here's a Preordain, though. I'm going to scry 2 and draw 1. Does not like either card. I'm going to go ahead and draw instead. That is a Prowess trigger. Tapping 2 for an Expressive Iteration. There's another Prowess trigger. Of course, Quarry Steelcutter gives haste and trample to the creature it's attached to. Another monk token being made at the resolution, or excuse me, at the cast of the second EI. Or the second spell, which was EI, excuse me, Expressive Iteration. DRC being put into exile. One going to the bottom, one going to hand. Will the DRC be played? Still 2 mana available. Yep, gonna go ahead and cast the DRC. Followed by a bauble. Here's a Surveil. Putting a Spell Snare into the bin. More Prowess triggers. Cracking. Oh, there's another bauble. So cracking at least one of those baubles. Oh no, putting one in the bin. Alright, you don't even really need to crack them here. There's an Unholy Heat. That's going to deal with the ajani. Put a land into the bin. Upticking the tamiyo. Attacking in for turn. So a 6/6 and a 4/4 with trample. One cat's going to get in here, taking 4. Going to 8. Passing the turn from there. Alright, there's a Seasoned Pyromancer. Getting rid of an Ocelot Pride. And scooping it up from there. Game 2 going to the Izzet Wizards player. Thank you all so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. Appreciate you all on our march towards 500 subscribers and 1,000 after that. Appreciate all of you and the growth in the channel we've had over this past year. Hopefully we are playing decks you guys want to see. Of course, if you want to see past modern formats, this is a great area to be able to look at past videos and see what was played, as well as what has been played recently. We are trying to, as best we can, provide some of the best decks in the format, so that way people can see the gameplay. Sometimes you just need to see weird scenarios too, and how these decks play out. Alright, here we are moving on to game number 3. Starting off with the Marsh Flats getting cracked. With Mardu Energy being on the play here. Going to 17, finding the Sacred Foundry, playing a Guide of Souls. The tale as old as MH3. One of the greatest 1-drops to have been printed to support energy whatsoever. Here's a Scalding Tarn. And pass him from there. Guide of Souls getting in for 1. Bring us to 17 and 19. There's a Mountain. Into a Voice of Victory. I'll gain 1 life here. Powerful card. Essentially makes it to where your opponents cannot play spells on your turn. Very powerful effect, especially for 1/3. Great card out of Tarkir Dragonstorm. Cracking on the end step, the Scalding Tarn here, finding a Thundering Falls, which is going to bring us to 18 all. Putting the Preordain in the bin, drawing a card. Oh, maybe looking for the second land here. Topping both, drawing. Speaking of, there's the land. Fancy Steam Vents, bringing us to 18 to 16. And there's a Lightning Bolt to deal with the Voice of Victory. Voice of Victory staying on the battlefield makes it very difficult for the Izzet Wizards player to keep up in this race. Ooh, Fatal Push in hand, Flage in hand for the Mardu Energy player. There's an Arid Mesa. Guide of Souls attacking him for 1. 18 to 15. Second Guide of Souls. Gaining a life, gaining an energy, and passing from there. There's a Pyroclasm, as we mentioned earlier, decent to great sideboard card currently in the format, which will deal with both Guide of Souls. As long as you can deal with the board with Pyroclasm, before Guide of Souls starts triggering with accumulated energy on attack steps, you're pretty much golden. Mardu Energy going back to 18 here, fetching for the Shadowy Backstreet. Mardu Energy for a while last year. Ooh, Arena of Glory going to the bin. That makes you think there's 1 in hand. That was one of the best decks in the format. There's Ocelot Pride. And there's a Flage. Dealing 3, gaining 3. 21 to 12. Ocelot Pride will trigger. Of course, once the energy deck started playing the One Ring, it started being less effective. Unfortunately, the Izzet Wizards player kind of stuck on 2 lands here. Casting an EI. Ooh, putting a Bauble to exile. Casting 2 Mishra's Baubles. Gonna crack them both, it looks like. Yep. Galvanic Discharge on top. Another card staying on top as well. And the draw step will draw 2 cards. Oh, what a top deck. Surgical Extraction. It's going to get rid of that Flage Titan of Fire's Fury. And the rest of them in the deck as well. That was going to end the game the next turn. With that Arena of Glory in play. Single-handedly, Arena of Glory and Titan... Flage. Will deal 12 damage and gain 6 life for the Mardu Energy player if the Arena of Glory is, in fact, exerted. Arena of Glory being exerted here, casting a Seasoned Pyromancer. 2 cards getting discarded. Drawing 2 cards, making 1 token. Attacking in for 4. Playing a land for turn. Marsh Flats getting cracked. And we're going to see... Oh, there's an Ajani too. Oh, wow. That's essentially going to shut the door here unless there's a Pyroclasm off the top. Or in hand for the Izzet Wizards player. There will be 10 permanents. It will ascend. We're going to double up the tokens that came in this turn. Top card? Oh, looks like it's just Lightning Bolt. That's not going to do it. Granted, you would probably want land in hand if you're going to go the preordained route here. Yeah, if there was Pyroclasm here, it would already be slammed. So you kind of want to hope the third land's there. There's a preordain. No Pyroclasm. Oh, calling it there, and that'll do it. Game, set, match, going to Mardu Energy. What a match. Heck of a surgical extraction there, too. I just didn't see the third land. Thank you so much for watching us here at MTG Scoundrels. If you enjoy our content, please like and subscribe. Be a friend, tell a friend. And we will see you all next week.